Welcome to Bowls, Beers, and Brawls. You got Big B here with ya. Hope you're doing well out there, fight fans. I tell you what, it is awesome to be back as we had BKFC 75 go down. The event just ended moments ago here. Came to us live from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, BKFC's stomping ground down there in Albuquerque. It was a decent card overall. We had championship belt in the middleweight division on the line as Dave Mundell was taking on Donald Sanchez. We're going to go through the card top to bottom, entire thing. Unfortunately, we only had like 7 fights overall, and that included the prelims. So a lot of fights fell off, a couple last minutes, and unfortunately, that's what we got. But overall, it was a good card. So enough chit chat. I've got myself a stiff drink here, and let's talk about the fights. So starting with the main event in Albuquerque for BKFC 75. As mentioned, we had the middleweight belt on the line. 9-1 Dave Mundell going into this one. Champion Dave Mundell. He was taking on the 4-1 Donald Sanchez. Let me tell you here, people, power, speed, accuracy, movement. I mean, those are just a few words to describe Dave Mundell's performance here in Albuquerque at BKFC 75. I mean, Sanchez, all due respect, he stayed in it despite being dropped 3 times overall. But Mundell easily takes the unanimous decision, moves to 10-1 now, double-digit victories. It's time to feed him Perry. Enough of this bullshit. Feed him Perry. He's on an 8-fight win streak. Redneck hasn't lost in over 5 years, folks. I mean, if that doesn't say he's fucking earned that fight, I don't know what else he can do at this point. There's nothing else he can do. Now, I'm not sure. I would think BKFC has probably tried to make this fight, and the holdup is more than likely on Perry's side. Now, that's pure speculation. I do not have any facts to back that up. That's just kind of what I'm thinking, because why would you not? The guy gets better every fucking outing. 8-fight win streak now. 10-1. There's nobody left. There's nobody fucking left. Feed him Perry. We got to get that chant going. Anyway, Dave Mundell, as mentioned, unanimous decision victory. Completely, he just showed, I mean, if Sanchez is his closest competition, as mentioned, there's no one left. In a co-main event at BKFC 75, we saw the 2-0 Murat Kilimatov return. He was taking on the 6-3 veteran Leo Bercier. This was in the cruiserweight division. And it was a quick co-main, folks. It was a quick co-main in Albuquerque. Kilimatov ran right through the veteran Leo Bercier, jacked his eye really early on, and Kilimatov never let off the gas. Murat moves to 3-0 now with a first-round TKO victory. The dude's climbing the ladder quick, and he's looking good doing it. Feature fight in Albuquerque was in the welterweight division. We had the 3-4 Derek Perez. He was taking on the 2-4 Slick Rick Caruso. And this one was a sweet matchup, I thought. Many fans thought this was going to be fight of the night. I don't know if it ended up being fight of the night. I really couldn't tell you at this point, as the event just ended. I'm not even sure if they're doing a press conference or what's going on at this time. As mentioned, sweet matchup here. Caruso was basically throwing fastballs the entire time out there. Perez played his inside clinch game, and what a chess match here. Caruso looked absolutely exhausted by the third, though, as Derek Perez earns the TKO victory. Perez may have this bare knuckle thing down. I mean, he's on a tear, folks, and he's looking good, looking like exactly as I said. It looks like he has this thing figured out now. Now, before we get to the rundown on the rest of the card here, I did want to let you in on some breaking news that David Feldman in Albuquerque on camera. Yes, folks, they announced the Sturgis main event, and as fight fans are not going to be disappointed in this one. We've got the matchup everybody's been talking about, Gogo versus Julian Lane, and to make it a little bit more sweet, this is going to be for the vacant welterweight strap. Since Austin Trout has officially announced his move down to lightweight, welterweight is wide open, and Gogo versus Julian Lane are going to bang it out for the main event at Sturgis. Absolutely incredible. Continuing on down the card here, this was the third fight on the main card in Albuquerque. It was in the welterweight division. We had the 2-1 Felipe Chavez. He was taking on the 1-1 Brandon Hansvik. And let me tell you something here right off the bat. Ultimate respect to Brandon Hansvik. I mean, he went out there, extreme short notice, no corner, no sponsors on his shorts, but he had all fucking heart. Plain and simple, Felipe Chavez is just a level up here. That's pretty much all it came down to. Chavez had several chances, in my opinion, to finish Hansvik, but he just never jumped on it. Didn't have that urgency, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing to, go out there and get that ring time and experience and everything like that. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it looked like there was chances for Chavez to finish the fight, but he just never jumped on it. In the end, the unanimous decision goes to Felipe Chavez. BKFC 75 also played host to a light heavyweight scrap. We had the 2-1 William Albrecht. He was taking on the 2-5 Kyle McElroy. I thought this was a great scrap here. Back and forth, 100% gas on both sides. That was until McElroy told the doctor he couldn't see out of his left eye, I believe it was. It was too bad, but in the end, Wild Bill gets the second round TKO doctor stoppage. And opening up the main card in Albuquerque, we had an absolute banger. We had the 0-1 Bryant McLean. He was taking on the debuting Skylar Mauler. Absolute beauty of a name for a fighter. Skylar Mauler absolutely ripped through Bryant McLean here with a first round knockout. A nasty right hand put McLean into absolute dreamland. It was incredible. And as mentioned, there was a handful of canceled bouts here, so we only had one free view. That was the debuting Bobby Henry. He was the brother of the well-known BKFC fighter, Bryce Henry. He was taking on Casey Yates. And this was fucking crazy. Bobby Henry knocks out Yates in the fifth and final round. Henry, I'm being completely bluntly honest here, Henry looked like absolute shit until he landed an uppercut with less than a minute left in the fight. Yeah, there was no doubt Bobby Henry was losing that fucking fight until that uppercut landed and absolutely demolished Casey Yates. I don't even know what to say. It was just wow. And there we have it, folks. That was BKFC 75 Albuquerque. Like I said, some decent fucking fights. It was nice to see BKFC back. What was that, like 3-4 weeks? That's just too long. It's just too fucking long. But the good news is, from the rest of the summer, it's an absolutely fucking stacked. We got event after event after event, and big names, big places. It's gonna be a fun fucking summer for us bare knuckle fans. That's all I got for tonight. Until the next time, folks. Take care, everybody. Peace. I think the trip and fumbled over the train. I ride and wonder how we had all these things. I remember